Okay. Hello, dear friends. Good evening, such a beautiful, beautiful evening. Let me have a cup of tea, a sip of tea, and story time. So, you are seeing this video footage today, Thanksgiving Day. After Thanksgiving, we went to see a hockey game, Shark, with a Seattle game, and fascinating. It was so good. So one thing is good is the game is good. You feel you are with your family, with your team, and it's such a good spirit. And our family together, we drove from our home to the stadium, and Thanksgiving, this is the season, this is the time that the foliage change to yellow, to gold, to orange, to red, to purple, and it was so beautiful. Bright sunshine. We went there with bright sunshine, and we finished to see the setting sun, and absolutely beautiful. So I took video as my family drive. As my family drove, I could take some video footages, which you can feel that joy of family and the joy of heaven, putting so much beauty, happiness into this moment. Yeah, just so beautiful. So here's the story. I use this footage and do a voice over. And the story is Greek mythology. And this is one of the stories that I always love. Pygmalion and Galatea. Pygmalion and Galatea in Greek mythology. Pygmalion was a sculptor. He was very good at creating and sculpting images. Human people, human figure, animal, and objects, very good. He was so good that people could even feel that the figure he sculpted start to come alive. He was just the best, not one of, the best. He was the best. So the priests of the temple at Paphos asked him to do a favor, to make Aphrodite, to make a sculpture of Aphrodite. And Aphrodite, anyone knows that she was the most, not one of, the most beautiful, sumptuous, attractive, charming goddess. And she was the the goddess of love. And the temple at Paphos wanted to make a new temple of Aphrodite. So they asked Pygmalion to make the sculpture. So Pygmalion was very honored. He was very honored to do this beautiful sculpture. He was good at it. He knew. So he chose a piece of most beautiful, pure, white marble with some blue veins in it. So it looks as if human flesh. You can see some blood vein in it. So he started to work on it day and night, night and day and day and night and night and day and night and night and day. He kept working on it. No rest, almost no food. Of course, he ate and drank so he could survive. He put his heart and soul and passion and everything into sculpting this beautiful Aphrodite. So at the end, he finished, and it was absolutely so very extremely beautiful, so beautiful that he started crying. He wept, he cried, tears filled his eyes because he fell in love. He fell in love with this beautiful creature out of his own hand. And he could not surrender it. He already put so much heart and soul, it became part of himself. It became his soul. He was completely possessed by this sculpture. And he named this sculpture not Aphrodite. He named this sculpture Galatea. Galatea. And oh my goodness, this was so touching. He could not bear to part it. And he wanted to keep his love. So he did something that nobody else could do. Nobody else had the capacity to do. He made another one. He made another sculpture of Aphrodite, equally beautiful, just as beautiful, but not with the soul, with that much intensity. And he gave this substitute, this other one, not Galatea. Galatea, he kept with him. And he gave the Aphrodite, the substitute sculpture, to the temple of Paphos. And the priests saw the sculpture, saw the substitute, They were very happy. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful, they accept. And everyone lived a happy life. And he lived with this sculptor, Galatea. And he was by himself with Galatea. And he was just so much in love, so that he could not eat, he could not drink, and he could not sleep. He was just wasted himself by the love and passion for this beauty. He was dying. Day and night he stared at Galatea and could not do anything. He was about to die. The last day he was so very weak. He could not even stand. He lay down at the foot of Galatea. He held and touched the sculpture. What he could touch was not flesh, no temperature, no warmth. It's only the cold, hard stone. Galatea was made of stone. This beautiful woman had a stone heart. But he fell in love with this stone heart. Even if it is as beautiful as marble, as forever, it was just a stone. What can he do, right? He was about to die, and the very last moment, he stared at this beauty. He thought, how can I leave you? How can I part you? How can I just leave you here and I go to Tartarus, to Elysian, to wherever? I cannot part you. Let me pray. So he prayed. He prayed to the God of love. He prayed to Aphrodite. He prayed, he said, give me a life. Keep me living so that I can take care of Galatea, even if she was a stone. Even if she's a stone, I cannot separate with her. Aphrodite was touched by this true and sincere love and decided to bless Galatea with life. Galatea start to get warm, and Pygmalion holding the stone, holding the marble, holding this piece of sculpture, and start to feel there is warmth coming in. And he had hope, and it becomes warm, warmer, and just a human body temperature. And Galatea bowed down his head. She was alive. that's the end. Usually, a good love story end up here. Let me just keep on. So, Galatea got life, and Pygmalion recovered from the illness, from weakness. He gained life again. And they married and they lived happy ever after. They lived so very happy, but they are not immortal. They grow old. And the day of their last moment in earth, last moment on earth, they got the final blessing from Aphrodite. They left the earth. They died at the exact moment. Because even Aphrodite could not bear the thought that one of them will endure the pain, the suffer of separation. Love is beautiful. I love you. I really do. Do. Goodbye, bye. Love can be so beautiful. And love is beautiful. Believe in it. It is true.